Boom, we're live. Hi, this is Monday. It's October 13th to the 13th of October, and this is the October 13th edition of Ouya Dev Support Office Hours. My name is Bob. Joining me live, without any name tags yet, but they'll probably do them soon,
Yes.
from the Seattle, Washington area, the illustrious Mr. Tim Gottman.
Thanks for the reminder.
From a bunker somewhere in the Culver City region, Mr. Jerry Digger.
Yo.
Joining us live via satellite, our special guest, and finally, Matt Korn,
Finally!
back to Ouya Dev Support
Matt
Office.
Khan has returned to the Ouya Development Hour thing.
The millions and millions.
Fans watching all over the world. And this
Live
is,
on Plus.
this is the future, man. This is the internet.
Yeah.
Remember
Speaking
that?
of the future, have you seen the new trailer for Tomorrowland? Looks pretty good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, coming out in 2015?
Do you remember in Back to the Future 2, or was it Back to the Future 2, when he goes and he turns on the TV, and it's got like tons of channels? That's where we are, man.
Yeah.
Why is this not on a TV show right now? This should be on TV.
That's the one thing. Yeah, they didn't predict DVR. They thought we'd still be watching a bunch of live TV all at once. Nope. Can't predict everything.
But you know who can predict it? The writers of Read Only Memories.
What? That's a bold statement.
100% accurate.
What is that game? I never even heard of that.
For just like $9.99, you can basically get a window into the future, which I think is a great deal.
Wow.
You can pre-order it right now on your Ouya home entertainment system. Make sure kids ask your parents first before.
Yeah, I wasn't going to jump into Indiecade. I'll wait for a little bit, but man, the ROM music was like the soundtrack of the booth this weekend. We had your TV pumped up and that bar music going. Yeah, that was good stuff. It was stuck in my head the entire weekend.
We have to get the ROM soundtrack.
Yes.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, good.
Live. ROM live.
Live right now.
So how was Indiecade? I saw you guys had like some couches set up, some TVs.
It was just a couple of couches. Yeah, it was super fun. Again, want to thank all the devs that made it out for the event. So of course, mid-boss team minus Matt, who was hanging with The Rock in New York City.
Yeah.
We had Team Triple Slash from Magnetic by Nature. We had Landon of Duck Game. We had Nick Biondi of Hard the Lander, which was a big hit. New update just came out recently, so definitely check that out.
Matt from Team 2-Bit.
Yes. Yeah. Breaking out the latest and greatest Reagan Gorbachev. We're going to announce the release date for the game tomorrow, so stay tuned to all your press channels and newsletter goodness.
The Nightlight Interactive team.
That's right. Whispering Willows in the hizzy. They roll pretty deep. Big crew.
The Deer God.
The Deer God. Well, the team wasn't there. We were representing Josh. Thrall's team was Digital Selects. Gamius IO, which was IO was there. Roy from there. Gosh, I hope I'm not forgetting.
Growing Gravitators.
Growing Gravitators. Hulk Handsome with super sweet pins, and Matt Gilgenbach of Neverending Nightmares. Oh, and also Centris. Samantha Coleman was there demoing alpha or early alpha, and also on the big screen at the event. So a lot of Ouya Dev representation at this event. I'm trying to think. Oh, and I think we also had some team from Orgo for So Many Me.
Mm-hmm. Did you say Hardlander already?
Yeah, I said Hardlander. So we had a lot of devs there. There was a lot of love going on. I'm trying to think if there was anyone else that I'm forgetting. I apologize if I do in the short, but we had a lot of games there being represented left and right. Oh, also MK Ultra games, Night and Damsel. Matthew Kumar was there, and then
Thrall.
Yeah, Thrall, mentioned Thrall. We had Juicy Beast. Well, no, Juicy Beast wasn't there, but we had Toad Temple and some sweet posters for all the games there. I think some of the big hits was Rom's poster was pretty sweet. Amazing Frog. Duck Game, Reagan Gorbachev poster. A lot of pictures of that one too.
My favorite poster was the Groin Gravitators poster.
It's pretty great. That was a custom made.
Thing is sweet, man.
The printer loved Hardlander so much they actually made 2 posters for Hardlander. But yeah, tremendous event. We have 2 galleries already on Facebook. Day 0 set up with Bob's awesome socks, lounging, and then day 1 gonna get day 2 up to later today, and then day 3. Day 2 is awesome. It's got all the night game stuff and Duck Sanity on the couch. A lot of kids just jumping up and down for the latest build of Duck Game.
Facebook.com/Ouya.
That's right. And we're getting more of them up on our Instagram and on Twitter as well. But like I think we're doing like 26 photos a day, catching up on everything from the event. So it was super awesome, big crowds. We never had an empty station really. Lots of couch gaming, lots of checking out new games like the Dear God, which looks awesome. Thank you, Crescent Moon Games, for letting us show it there. People were super intrigued by it. Yeah, it was just a really great event. A lot of official Ouya selected games, nominees, meeting a lot of new devs, people buying Ouyas, wanting to sign up to be devs. It was just super fun.
Well, I did some Ouya evangelizing on my own. We had multiple Duck Game events at bars this week, and I have
you
found
have picks, dude?
I do have picks. I don't know how to load them up through this internet here, but it was amazing, and so many people were like, "Oh, what is this console? I've never heard of this." And they played, and they're like, "I need to get this because this was the best game ever." Duck Game is the perfect event for parties and for bar mitzvahs and for really any kind of social gathering. So,
What about bot mitzvahs?
that's more of a groin gravitators kind of game. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it here. Matt Kahn believes so.
Yeah, it's the latest build looks great. There's some new like crazy ragdoll physics in there and animations and all sorts of items. It's super sweet.
Bob loves it because he's in the game.
In what game?
Duck Game, new build.
You know what game I'm not in yet? Read Only Memories.
Bro, I'm gonna make that happen.
Can I just be in the background, like, at the bar, just like, like that?
Yeah.
My animation is like this. Just on the scope, on the prowl. That'd be cool.
I'll figure out some interesting interactions, like if people try to use like the spoiled milk on you. What happened?
That's my steez when I go to the clubs. It's like I'll sit in the back, I'll find a table, and just people watch like, you know. So yeah.
Is this gonna be like you 50 years in the future? Like, is it gonna be like 80-year-old Bob?
Yeah. 50, 60, 70. 70, yeah, I'll be 79. Holy crud.
Yeah, but you could have a surrogate, so you could be an old guy in a rubber suit and look at you.
Yeah, you could be the robot. You could be the brain inside Turing.
I want to have like nano machines by then, so I still look the same, but like if you look into my eyes, you see like weird twinkling. That's what I want.
I see weird twinkling when I look in your eyes. You don't need no nano machines or micro machines for that.
Big ups to Jared for handling that joke.
Yeah.
I have a derp with Ouya to do. If you are developing a game for Ouya and you want to show a game with us at an event, it's best if you stay in touch with us and not update your build right before the event. That can potentially be problematic, right, Jared?
Yes, it can. It absolutely can. Otherwise, it's thumb drive, last minute, hooking up builds right before the event starts. So yes, definitely get it to us on time. Or we'll say, get us to us 10 days before the actual day.
Yeah. And then we'll be like, no, we can't accept this because it's late. And then we'll do it anyways because we're super nice.
Yeah.
You're too nice.
I know.
I actually have some breaking news.
What?
I do. I have it from this. Oh, I don't even have a piece of paper to like hand to myself. But
extra. Read all about it.
Yeah, breaking news from got this straight from James via Skype that we can announce the new OTA will be coming out in October. So
What?
this month you will be seeing it. Yes, the latest
What?
OTA. We are not announcing what the OTA is called yet, but
An OTA, Jared.
what do you say?
What's an OTA?
Um,
For those
Oh,
not in the know.
Over the
Ouya
air
the
update.
Ouya,
Air.
Ouya. Um, let's see.
It's not the
Ouya.
name. It's not the name of Jared's wrestling finishing move.
No. Oh man,
OTA.
that'd be amazing.
OTA.
It's
I think
over
it's
the air
over
update.
the air. Yeah.
Yeah, over the air update. I'm trying to come up with something really clever, but I'm tired post Indiecade that I had nothing special up my sleeves. Also not wearing sleeves.
Jared, I have a
Yeah,
question. Sorry.
yeah.
I'm looking at the sweet, sweet pictures from Indiecade that we have on Facebook.com/Ouya.
exclusive.
And there's this cool picture of the deer god. Did you make this, or did Crescent Moon make this? Number one question.
Oh, you mean the one where it says it looks like kind of almost like a 3D, like bluish reddish stuff?
Yeah.
That was posted by Crescent Moon on Twitter, which we retweeted, and
Oh.
figured since we're showing Dear God the event, I'll tuck that in with our
Yeah,
Indiecade
it's beautiful.
gallery.
And so
It's
I'm
gorgeous.
wondering if I can get a high res of that. So maybe I need to hunt down Crescent Moon.
You got to hunt down Crescent Moon on that one.
Okay. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but it's
No, that's a good question. It's beautiful art. Yeah, definitely caught everyone's attention at the event. As far as some of the stuff that will be available with the OTA, we won't go into all the details, but as I mentioned before, you will be able to do bundles soon.
What?
And we talked about the user-generated content for sharing and dispersing around there. So those are a couple little things. You've also seen some of the other stuff that we've been working on with the smoother transitions going on the storefronts. Yeah, so before the end of October, ladies and gentlemen, developers and gamers all over the world, you will receive the OTA. And James and team are super hard at work on it right now. And Guts going through all the QA, all the bugs, making it all nice and shiny for you all.
bright and shiny. Do you guys remember the Bubble Boy, the movie Bubble Boy?
Yes.
Do you remember when he's gonna roll with the bright and shiny Colt?
No.
Never mind then.
I thought you were talking about Seinfeld when it's like the
Yeah.
more the moops.
The Moors.
It's moots.
The
Moobs.
Moors. The Moors. The Moors. How do I get this in high res? Question mark, question mark. Okay, cool.
Cool question, bro.
Jared,
Yes.
did you already
Just the facts.
do
No.
all the did you just do okay, you didn't. Okay, well before that,
Go for it.
Matt Kahn, what have you been up to?
Well, in the last 10 seconds, I've been reading these beautiful Q&A questions. In the last few days, I've been having some fun with the internet. And then before that, I was at New York Comic Con, and I got to speak on a beautiful panel. And before that, I was at Raw. I got to see The Rock return and take out the evil Russian Rusev. So that was fun.
I read about that fight, and people are saying that because The Rock gave Rusev that attention, the winner really is Rusev. Because
Oh, yeah.
now it's like, now he's a legit heel.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's like the rub, man.
It's like, I don't even know if The Rock realized that, you know? Like, he's going in there, and he's trying to do good, but in reality, he legitimized Rusev as a villain.
Really? So, I mean, I think that you can actually draw some nice parallels to reality with that. I agree. I think that you shouldn't be legitimizing these evil people. I'm glad that we...
The Rock shouldn't have even acknowledged them, I guess.
We should just cancel the show. It was
Who-
fun, though.
Who is the best? Yeah, he shouldn't have showed up. Who is the best superhero, Marvel and DC? This is a question coming in from Timmy Tot 666.
Damn.
I think the best superhero is probably from DC Universe in the Flash Paradox when it's a different version of Superman where he's a super weakling because as soon as he crashed to Earth, they put him in like a red room and he's like 40 years old and he's no muscles and he's scared of people and it's pretty awesome.
Awesome. That is cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that depends on how you qualify that question, Timmy Tot 666, because you're gonna get a crazy answer from Tim Grauman. My answer is Spider-Man, and I know that's not really unique, but
Which version of Spider-Man? Amazing, Blender, whatever.
I think amazing. I just like I'm not like the new Amazing Spider-Man movies did a great job of getting close to legit Spider-Man, so I like those movies.
So how do you feel about the Spider-Man where he goes to an alternate universe and he's dressed like a fly and he has wings and he shoots spikes? Do you like that?
No.
No, not really. Just no, not really. I also didn't like when he like turned into a spider and then like gave birth to himself and then he was able to like shoot webbing from his wrists. And like partly because I just didn't see him ever shooting, like I just don't see that happening. And then also because like I think if you're a human and you're shooting webbing from your wrists, you'd have to eat a lot of like high protein diet. Like just yeah, that's what I think. Jared, do you even want to answer Timmy Tot 666?
So what, just best superhero?
Yeah.
I think it's I'm gonna give you the super lame one, man. It's always kind of Batman, just because it's like
Yeah.
got the
Batman's
brains
great.
and everything like that. Yeah, so I'm going Batman, dude.
He's cool.
What about the Suicide Squad? They're pretty good.
You read the niche stuff, Tim. You're cool, man.
Yeah.
Too cool for me.
Well, if you want to go super niche, I would choose the Dupe from the Marvel universe because he's hilarious. He's more ridiculous than anything you'll find in even Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, I think we've touched
Or
that.
or the best one is probably Reverse Flash, where he kills Flash's mom, because if Flash's mom survives, then you get the reverse paradox, where all the good superheroes turn bad.
Tim, I like how you like all like the crazy
Yeah.
storylines, like Injustice, where like evil Superman lobotomizes Flash, weird stuff.
Yep, that's the red version or whatever.
Weird.
The son of Red Krypton, where Lex Luthor's the good guy and has to kill Superman, and then his great great grandchild is like the good Superman, and then his ancestor becomes the bad Superman, and it keeps alternating.
So
Sean
I don't
Gooding
know,
says
I don't know if it's DC or Marvel, but I like the Max. Max was cool.
Oh
It was
yeah.
MTV Liquid Television. Yeah.
The Max was dead, right? Is that who I'm thinking of? Who's the guy that was like a zombie superhero? That wasn't the Max.
Bizarro?
No,
The Max is not
he
bad.
had like his hair was like this, and it was like black hair, and he had like white eyes, and he was basically like pre-Deadpool slapstick superhero. God, I'll bring it back.
Sounds like a Green Lantern Guardian.
I'm
Raccoon.
airing my naivete. Enclosed surprises is asking, do you play Minecraft? Jared, do you, Jared?
I actually don't. In fact, I'm gonna come out right now and say I've actually never played Minecraft in my life.
Me neither.
It's brave of you to come out on Desperate Office Hours with that.
I should be honest about what I've played before.
Everyone's gonna be like, "What?"
I like how he was all like, "I'm gonna bring it to Ouya," and then he's like, "Never mind, because I'm a jerk."
Oh God.
But no, I've actually not played Minecraft before. But I think it's always surprising to find out what big games people have actually never played. It's like, I think, who was it? Like, my wife has never seen Godfather 1, but she's seen Godfather 2. Like, just weird stuff like that. You know, there's always something, right? I met someone who never played Mario. It's just, but they played Sonic. So it's always interesting to see what people just either grew up with playing or just never got around to checking out.
That's a good answer, Jared.
Yeah, it happens. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Everyone's
No,
got things
man,
to play.
you're a good dude.
So I played Minecraft. I usually dig a massive hole, and then at the top I dig a river, and then it makes a giant waterfall.
You would.
Nice.
Flashpoint Paradox was fantastic. Do you approve of the way they made his mom Joker and his dad a Batman with guns? Asked Timmy Tot 666.
Didn't read it.
It came out, the Flash Paradox. It's pretty good.
Oh, there you go. That's how little I knew about that one.
What movie? Was it a cartoon?
Yeah,
What?
animated, graphic,
Oh.
animated.
Did you watch the Black Panther motion comics?
Yeah,
They're so good. I love the theme song to Black
they're
Panther.
a little bit dark though.
Hell yeah. Black
Black
Panther,
Panther.
dude. He doesn't mess around.
Oh, Spectre. Spectre's a good one too.
Uh,
Eldon McGinnis has a great question.
oh crap! I just asked Timmy Tot 666 pixel or 3D. Both. I like 2.5D.
Yeah, there you go. That was perfect. Right on.
Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't see his question. Oh, Eldon McGinnis. Can you confirm that the Ouya in-game menu, double the Ouya press, exit option will allow you to return you to default launcher and not force you back to the Ouya launcher in the new OTA?
He's talking about a known bug which will be fixed in the next OTA.
Boom!
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 There's a forum post about that,
Did you
so
see?
it should be
Did you
fixed. coming up.
see? Hold on a second.
I bet they didn't think we were going to answer that one, did they?
Tim, can you do zoom-ins on your camera?
It's a thing that turns on, but yeah,
Okay. So you can't
just be
manually do it?
dramatic zoom.
Yeah, I was gonna say look into the camera, and then I'll say something. Look into Tim's eyes. You see that? That means yes. New OTA confirmed. Boom.
Kaboom.
I love you guys. Rupert's talking about comic books.
Have you ever read Spinneret?
Shooting
No.
web from an undescript location.
Uh-oh.
Is that butts?
From Butts?
Butt web?
We can only assume. Axel NL 1994, which is a great year. I have an idea for making a demo for a game easier. My idea is that you can upload 2 AP keys, and the demo, and the full game. If you uploaded it, you can see the game in the discovery, and if you pressed on it, you can see a demo button and a buy button.
Yeah, they're talking about kind of like our promoted product. Like if we had a promoted demo or something, it could link right from there, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd have to do something on the server to support that.
Yeah, we've. I think the question was asked a week or so ago, or was brought up in the Ouya forum. So yeah, basically, instead of having to have the demo be tied in there, then you buy the game somewhere in the demo there. Have both the APKs in the same game description details page area, and do that. It is actually on the engineer list. It's not part of this OTA. But we'll keep you posted when that becomes a reality, though. But the engineer team is definitely aware of it in San Mateo.
Sweetness. Sugary sweet. I was wondering, says Sean Gooding.
Other consoles,
Oh, yeah, go for it, yeah.
like the PlayStation and Xbox, have sometimes come with games bundled. Have you thought about bundling a game with the Ouya? Like Arkham Asylum, that can show us what the system can do graphically. Well, I've heard rumors that read-only memory.
You couldn't even finish it, could you? Actually, no. That's a good question. I mean, as I mentioned before, we are definitely going to be allowing multiple game bundles on the console. As far as bundles and purchasing a console, we will share news regarding that possibility when we can. But it's definitely something that we are aware of, and looking forward to sharing more about that.
I'm excited for the Duck Game bundle. Comes with the Duck Game. You also comes with an actual duck.
Yeah.
You can raise it from birth to teach it how to shoot guns and.
Yeah, and basically you decide. It's like, is this an egg-laying duck, or is it like a duck to eat for dinner, or is it like a best friend duck that we like solve crimes with?
Inspector Duck.
Yeah, like you decide that because we put the power in your hands, you know.
Ouya, the power is in your hand.
The power is yours. And you guys are so fun. I love you guys. I was having a rough, I was just having a rough morning, and then like I fire up Ouya office hours, and it's like if you have ever been out in the snow for like at least an hour, and it's like your socks start getting cold and like wet. Maybe you were sledding or just walking through, and then you get back home and like there's just chicken soup waiting for you. That's what I feel like Ouya office hours is for me.
Sweet, Matt. You're basically like chicken soup bouillon.
Or something.
Ooh, the Brahma Bowl. I like it.
Oh, what? Yeah, speaking of which, where were you, Matt? Did you even talk about that already?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah, he
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rock bottom, Rusev?
No. They
No,
say
this
that for
came from
pay-per-view.
Oh, he didn't rock bottom him?
no.
Did Rusev
But
beat him up?
on NXT, they made a nice Hey Arnold reference.
What did they say?
It
Football
was
hat?
all like, "Oh, you're pumping iron. You think you're Arnold?" More like, "Hey Arnold, you should have never gotten off the stoop."
Did they say that?
Yeah.
They said a stoop kid reference?
Yeah.
No way, dude. No one knows stoop kid.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, they didn't.
No, they did.
Oh, they did.
They went crazy. Look at that dog.
Somebody's
I got multiple dogs here.
Beautiful
They're
dog.
everywhere.
Will
Got
you
a
ever
dog, got a
do?
baby here.
Will you ever do an MTV Cribs video of the Ouya office? Could be fun. There is an original one on YouTube. If you go way back, you can find it. So
So
make sure you watch all our videos first. There's like 130 of them, and then one of them will have that one. And I'm not going to tell you which, because I want all those video views.
Yeah, if you go back to our show notes, we have that 30-second battery thing with Matt, where you can see part of the Ouya office in there.
Yeah, it's right around that era that we did the other one too. So make sure you get your heaping helping of our hospitality.
Also, you see a bunch in, I believe, Bob, you put that really nice video of the first year of Ouya, or it was like that montage. It was on the holidays, and I think there's a lot of office stuff in there too.
Yeah, I got to do some more of that.
But a crib zone would be fun. We would just have to like put like black sensor bars on every sensitive material thing as you walk through to.
Yo, this is our cardboard box tower of T-shirts. Come at us. I got the black shirt. I got the large. I got medium.
Double XL.
Got extra medium.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to act. Well, sorry, I didn't forget, but I wanted to jump in quickly for answer the questions because I don't want to forget any of these. Just some quick facts to run down here for the week.
Dude, can I give you an intro?
Yeah, yeah, go for it. I'll
time.
pretend like I didn't say anything.
It's time for just the facts with Jared.
you gotta make a fax noise.
I just love that Ouya process. Yeah, so just very quickly, everyone, this is consumer and dev stuff alike. The IndieCade Selects playlist will be running through tomorrow. So that's every game that's ever been nominated or selected, past and present. A lot of them have sales going on, so if you want to get in on those, you have until the late part of Tuesday to get in on all those games. So definitely jump on that while you can. Have some other recent launches, which you might be familiar with. Orange Pixel Games just released the super hard platformer Meganoid 2. Yeah, so that along with Super Pixelo, VVV, So Many Me, and a few others. If you want some tough platformer action, jump in on that. So thank you, Orange Pixel, for bringing that over. It was a big fan request. Magic Rampage 2 was a nice surprise that also recently just came onto the storefront. Definitely check that out. Super fun indie game. And as mentioned last week, Back to Bed is also live. So definitely get ready to check that out. IGF nominated, just super fun puzzle platformer. Can also get pretty tough as nails. Yeah.
That's not me, but it's somebody named Bob.
Oh, that's right.
5 facts so far.
5 facts.
5 facts. All right, Pinball Arcade just did an update with Phantom of the Opera Pinball. And Age of Zombies, Brother in Arms, recently updated by Half Brick. Dub Wars, new beta build, just went live last week as well. And Magnetic by Nature will be having their free-to-try demo version coming out hopefully soon. I think maybe even tomorrow. And Super Pixelo will be having a sale starting tomorrow with a newly updated version of the game with additional demo content, 20% off. So be ready to check that one out.
Fact.
And then, as mentioned before, Reagan Gorbachev, we will announce the release date tomorrow. So literally, I'm announcing the date that we announce a release date. That's how you can't get more hype than that. In fact, just to hype also, next week's office hours, we are going to be trying to have Team 2-Bit over to talk about Reagan Gorbachev. So get your Reagan Gorbachev questions ready. anything you want to know about Reagan and Gorbachev, their secret lives, Team 2-Bit knows all. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome sauce. But yeah, so, oh yeah, also speaking of wrestling, just to actually tie this in here with gaming, if you've not checked out Wrestling Revolution
Yes.
3D, check that out because that is some hilarious good fun.
Have you played that yet, Matt Kahn?
Fact. Yeah, I have. It's amazing. It's amazing fun, and you get to create your own character, and you get to create everything, and it's a revolution, really.
Don't you? And actually, also back to ROM as well. I thought or think maybe you might have a new version coming to Ouya soon, or maybe I'm incorrect.
Yes, we actually just finished Chapter 2, so the stuff at IndieCade has been Chapter 1, but we just finished Chapter 2, so we're just putting the finishing touches on it, and super excited because not only is there new areas and there's new, music and things like that, there's now an inventory system, which is super cool, so now you got to actually find and use items on things. There's now sound effects when characters are unhappy or happy. They'll make different sound effects. There's a whole bunch of new areas, and yeah, now you can play all the way through Chapter 2, and yeah, super excited.
Nice.
So, game's coming along, chugging along. We have a nice 6-hour demo now. So.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
Schwing.
Then one last piece of news from your neck of the woods in San Francisco. Eric, the Bomb Squad, last fact. He's working on an update coming soon for Bomb Squad with online cross-platform multiplayer to go live on Ouya in the short term. Probably before the end of October for sure.
So if you need one of those $5,000 PCs, you can just get a $99 Ouya and you can play with all your friends.
Bam! Fact.
Fact.
Or since what appears on Bob's screen, it says to calf.
On my screen, it's normal. I never know whether to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But all right, I'm out of facts.
Cool, man. Well, those are just the facts with Jared.
Well done.
Matt, you need to be on every Office Hours Hangout.
Hey, by the way, Bob, you should come on my podcast later today. We're going to be doing Supermarket Sweep.
You told me that I could do it, and you never told me when. So,
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, when is it? Is it today? I'll do it with you.
Yeah, it's today. It's later on today.
What time? Well, you tell me. Let me know.
5 your time.
That's gonna be so fun.
All right.
I'm gonna destroy it. Any plans to do an Ouya Humble Bundle? It would be amazing. I agree, Timmy Tot. More on that later. Axel, NL, 1994, patiently waiting. I'm making a game, and I'm trying to make an in-game manual, but my English writing isn't very good. My native language is Dutch. Can you guys help me with that? That's an interesting question. And it touches on localization, and that's some amount of work, actually.
I can jump in on this for some assistance on this. So
feel free.
What I've known some indie developers have done in the past is on the cheap, or even some just to get a credit on a game, you can work with a local university or school, students that are learning English as a second language, or really any language, right? So in U.S., maybe you want to localize to French or Italian or something, you could work with a local university and a student and give them a little money on the side to actually do your translation work, or even game credit or something like that. So I'm not sure where this developer is located, but they might be able to work with a student that is taking English as a second language, might be more proficient, and maybe they can help you with your manual. Or there's other tools like Google Translate stuff that, again, they don't always all work perfectly, but there are some online tools that you can potentially use.
And there's commercial options as well, where it can be 18 cents a word for a professional conversion where they'll do audio and writing.
I do $1 per word, but
What languages, Bob?
English and Spanish and Pig Latin and Chickasaw. For the few of us devs that are still plugging away at figuring out Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games, are there any known discounts that are available for Android export modules and Pro Edition? That's from Zuriel Davenport. And We may not know, but anyone who would know would be this guy, Mr. Tim Brown.
Yeah, usually they email that kind of stuff, and as soon as I see it, I usually post it in the forums. So I'll let you know the next time I see a discount.
And that's good incentive to hang out on the Ouya Dev forums.
Mm-hmm.
Just forums.ouya.tv. Right, Jared and Tim?
That's right.
That's absolutely right. I was going to say, maybe this is a good time if there's any other QA stuff, but maybe we want to do a little grok and talk about the sweet HTML5 support that Tim and team have helped bring over.
Release the Grokken!
Do you want to do some intros, or is there another QA question you want to answer first?
Yeah, what do you want to do, Tim? Do you want to wait, or do you want to rock out with your grok
we can do both at the same time.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, well, then now is a great time, and I don't know if there's ever been a better time for us to grok with Groutman.
Yeah, so since the last office hours, there's support for some new engines. So now we've got in-app purchase support and controller support for HTML5. There's a really easy way to package it up. I've got a video about that. I'll link to it in the show notes. Over the weekend, I got Construct 2 hooked up, so I can get Ouya Everywhere input into Construct 2, and you can do in-app purchases with JavaScript stuff, and I'll make an easy visual plugin for that, so you won't have to write any code to interact with controllers and in-app purchases. And I updated Marmalade. That's a C++ Java engine, and it's updated to the latest ODK. So there's an updated virtual controller example and in-app purchase example, and I'll be working on documentation for that one as well. So 3 engines this week: HTML5, Construct 2, and Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade.
On mute. Boom, I said.
Boom.
So
That's pretty sweet. We've got a lot of HTML5 devs super excited about it.
Are you going to wait to show a demo since we ran out of time, Tim?
Yeah, I'll link in the show notes, and basically you can just take your HTML5 game, zip it up, drop it in this thing that repackages it, and it's ready for the Ouya. So it's really easy to do. You don't have to mess with any coding other than setting some specific things like your app name, and it's ready for the store.
Cool.
Drop it like it's hot, courtesy of Tim.
You have Matt's dog, or Jared's dog, is like fully focused on this week's grok with Groutman. Look at him. Anyway, sorry.
It's a girl.
Oh, look at her. God, it's so insensitive of me.
The boy is the little brown one over here.
Are there any requirements or checks in the ODK to see when checking for receipts would be available? I'm having an odd issue with a loader when trying to verify a receipt. The Ouya facade.get instance, open close paren, blah, 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 never return.
Yeah, that looks like Java to me. So when it's available, I mean, you have to initialize your Ouya facade first, and then after that, you should be able to check receipts. So if you follow that comes with the ODK. There's an in-app purchase sample app in there, and it shouldn't have any problem. You might want to wait till like on start, or maybe use the handler and wait a second, but it should be available right away. After you've initialized your Ouya facade, set your signing key, set your developer ID, then you can check for receipts.
Sheldon, if you have any trouble with it, we'll have show notes, and if those don't help, you can email Tim at tgroutman@ouya.tv.
Yeah.
Exciting.
That's awesome.
He was excited about it. Quick note I actually got from the Ouya Forum. So OuyaForum.com actually has people who are willing to do translations or offer translation support. So they told me to also let that developer know that they could try to reach out to people there as well.
Timmy taught also, like, you guys just jinxed each other.
Oh!
Jinx. Yeah. Ouya Forums people. Great. Our Ouya Forums people are awesome. Awesome sauceum. Nice Captain Planet tag. I don't know who nailed it, but that's a great show. Enclosed Surprises asks, if you could pick any movie to be in, what movie would it be? Your choice. I'm starting with Tim Groutman.
Wow. Any movie? It has to be a movie, huh?
Yeah. I think I would do Remote, starring Adam Sandler.
With the remote.
Not my favorite movie at all, but that's
You
the
mean
movie.
Click?
Click, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you want like the world that you would live in?
I want to have the remote though, or else I don't want to be in it.
I suppose the best one would be like Star Trek, right? And you could have like the replicator and make any dessert you want anytime.
You also have the hollow deck, so
The
you.
only problem, Tim, is that you would just continue making soup.
I've got the ultimate machine. Soup, please.
That's you. You're the last one to go, Matt Korn.
Woo wee! This is a tough one. What movie would I want to be in? How about the Simpsons movie? I think that I like the Simpsons world. I know them pretty well. They're kind of like my fam. So let's do that.
Cool.
Why not?
I think I'll choose the movie Cocoon, because as Wilford Brimley says, you never get sick, you never die. So that sounds pretty good. Let's go Cocoon.
That's awesome.
Never saw that coming, did you, Bob?
No, that's good. I
Also,
love
as
that movie.
Wilford Brimley says, get tested for diabetes. Damn
It
kids.
does not happen in Cocoon. He does not get diabetes in Cocoon.
I think he just had it as an actor by that time, though. It's not funny, man. Well, it's 12:20, so I would like to go around the room and ask what games people are playing. I'll go first. I'm playing a lot of Shadows of Mordor, and it's crazy. Jared.
I was playing games at IndieCade all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part, but I actually Hardlander. I didn't get a chance to really. I have never played it with 4 people before, and it's awesome couch gaming. So definitely get around with your friends and play some Hardlander because it is super sweet. Lots of laughs. I have so many kids going nuts with that game. I loved it.
In between Jared and Matt Kahn's answer, Eldon's talking about the Reading Rainbow app, and that's an awesome question, and we're still working and talking, so stay tuned. Matt Kahn, what games have you been playing? Read Only Memories and Duck Game for sure.
Yeah. I've been on vacation, sort of vacation over here, so I haven't really had any games to play. I played a little bit of Smash Brothers on 3DS, and it was okay. I played Danganronpa 2 a couple weeks ago, and that game got me super depressed, man. Like, that game is the best written game I think I've ever played, but it's so just, like, dark and awful, and, like...
Is that a 3DS game?
It's for the PS Vita.
What game is it?
Called Danganronpa. I played Danganronpa 2. And so it's this game about these... Basically, it's like Battle Royale or Hunger Games, where there's these kids that need to like kill each other to get off an island or out of an area. But it starts off being really tropey like that, and then it gets into this really dark... It goes from being kind of like a funny, silly, like, oh, these kids are killing each other, that's weird and sick. But then it gets to be a lot worse and a lot grosser, and like after playing it, I didn't want to live anymore. It's so depressing and so dark. I have to commend how dark it is. I've never played a game that dark.
I heard someone else talking about it, and they were pretty impacted by it as well. So I might not even play it. Between Matt Kahn and Tim Groutman's answer, we have one in from Josh Lindsay. How do I go about doing fracturing? Do you know what he means, Tim?
He's probably talking about Unity, about like breaking things apart, and you can do that in modeling apps, or there's specific content in the Unity Asset Store to help you with fracturing. So it'll like cut pillars apart so that they explode in creative ways.
Sweet.
So Unity Asset Store.
Cool. What games have you been playing, Tim?
Pure Solar. I need to find a walkthrough because I'm stuck. I got my guys the weapons. I went to the thing. I got the third kid, and I can't make it to the cave yet. I need to talk to the right person to get a little bit farther.
How many
The
hours are you in?
dev for that game is actually in the chat box for ouyaforum.com ouyaforum.com right now. You should just
Ask him.
go ask Tulio from Watermelon.
Yeah, because you go to the forest and it's like, oh, we can't go here. We got to get those weapons. So I got the weapons, and then I go back and you gotta get your friend.
Let us
Or
know if he gives you a hint, Jared. That's cool. How many hours in are you, Tim?
maybe like I played it for 3 hours or so.
It's supposed to have like 50 hours of content.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
pretty
getting started.
huge.
I'm waiting for my first battle, and then I put Bob to sleep a lot, so I was playing the sleep game.
Oh,
But
back to bed.
yeah, back to bed.
Um, so Josh is following up a couple times. My pre-making it in Blender doesn't work, he said.
Yeah, I use Modo because I just like that one, and it's got a way to break things apart. Um, but again, you don't have to do it in Blender. You can do it in Unity at runtime with some of the packages.
How would I do IK ARM since I don't have Unity Pro and Android Pro to use Unity's one, and the free one I found on the Unity store doesn't work well with my object?
Yeah, he's talking about inverse schematics. For animation stuff, Unity subscriptions are one way to get Pro for cheap. It's $75 a month. I don't think inverse schematics would be actually a Pro feature. That should be working in the free version. So, um, Unity Asset Store.
Yeah. Axel plays some Wrestling Revolution, and it's a cool game. That's awesome.
Are you a heel or a face?
That's a good question.
Or a tweener.
And what's it
Or
take to
tweener.
get it over?
Also, when is it too? What is a heel tactic that is too heelish? For instance, you couldn't hit a child in the ring.
Yeah. I feel like somebody did that, though.
Well, the $1 Million Man, he offered like this little kid like $100 if he could like bounce a basketball 20 times, and after like the 19th one, he kicked it away.
Ha! That guy's a jerk. He went on and joined the NWO.
Yeah, he did. I was actually watching that Nitro last night where he was like the fourth guy in the audience, and he was like,
He's all 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's like 5 next week.
Oh, who was the 5th one? Was it the women's champion from WWF? Was that when he came over?
I don't know. I guess I'll have to watch it. I didn't watch it after that.
That's funny. Those times is like right on the cusp of like it just some of it felt really 80s. But that's just an aside. Rubric E, RE Fracturing. Ultimate Game Tools is an asset to use. It's in the Unity Asset Store. You should check that out, Josh. That's what Rupert suggests.
Yeah, and Rupert, he's got the Snowman update. We should try that on the next one.
We should. He should come online and show it to us.
Yeah. I'll shoot you a link next week, Rupert.
Next week is Reagan Gorbachev, so it'll have to be
After that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Well, then, food game, really quickly. Mr. Jared Yeager.
Ooh, this will be a tough one. We had some delightful meals together this past weekend, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't pick mine. Don't pick mine.
2 of them involve chicken.
Ah.
So I'm torn between the chicken nuggets at City Tavern and
Yeah, those were good.
and the chicken sandwich from Honey's Kettle Chicken. So it's tough, man. I am torn. Crap. I may not have answers. One of the things
Your answer, you have to pick one of these two, and it'll decide whether or not you're the winner. So I'll go back to you. I'll come back to you.
Yeah, go back to me.
Metcon.
Well, I was in New York, and I went to this restaurant that had these wonderful goat cheese raviolis, and they were delicious. And I think that was my favorite meal of the week. My least favorite meal would be anything I ate at New York Comic Con.
Oh,
Did you have some light bulb pizza?
No, I had like
that's
I
the
tried.
best name for it.
I was trying to find anything that was edible, and I was like, okay, they have chips and guac. How bad can that be? And it was just like those awful like State Fair chips. You know, those like those crappy circular like like nachos. And then the guacamole was something that was some sort of green goop that was not guacamole. So that was my least favorite meal.
Tim, what was your best soup of the week?
Actually, I made a spiral honey glazed ham.
Whoa.
So they say like You're supposed to glaze it the last 15 minutes, but I glazed it at the beginning.
What a rebel.
I just put every 20 minutes I put a cup of water on the top so the glaze didn't burn and it came out perfect.
That's nice.
So, yeah. Lasted for 3 days, made tons of ham sandwiches, and it was just glazed honey ham. I'm surprised
man, that sounds good.
that glazed stuff was great. I wish you could just buy it prepackaged. But you always have to get a spiral ham with the package on it.
Did you get it from the honey baked ham store?
Yep.
Oh, so they don't sell
Did I hear a dog growling in the background of Jared's thing?
I think it's my stomach.
Oh.
I was gonna say this. You can check there. Rupert and Josh are working things out. I use it for snow. Rupert says, and he says, I can ignore that one. Rupert, have you tested it? Because I don't trust it and it costs money. And so he's asking that, and Rupert says, yes, it works. So check it out. Coming back to Jared. Jared, are you able to pick the correct chicken variant?
I'm gonna go with actually my honey kettle chicken sandwich.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jared.
With coleslaw built in there and the pickles and everything. That was pretty good.
It was
pretty good.
I couldn't really pick, but yeah, I think you're right. I think you did win. I think you picked correctly in the end.
I chose wisely.
Dude, there's a serious dog growl happening, or that's my stomach.
I want to see that dog. Bring that dog up.
Yeah. Is there a recommended way to handle receipts when an Ouya is offline? Perhaps storing the last receipt in an encrypted manner?
Okay, so what you do is you request for receipts, and it's got a failure callback. So it's going to hit that failure callback, and if we hit that, then use Ouya Facade, get game data, so you can cache the receipt offline. You don't have to worry about the encryption part because it's protected. That's why you use your key store and your signing key. So that somebody else can't install on top of your game and access your game data. So it's protected as long as you keep using the same key store. And when you make a key store, make sure you save it and back it up, mail it to yourself, because you always want to submit updates with that same key store so that you can access your encrypted game data. So that's Ouya Facade get data, Ouya Facade put data. And that'll put it, it's basically a string dictionary that goes to a SQLite provider, and it's great for putting your unlocked purchases for when you go offline.
Cool. To answer Rupert's question about joining, we'll send you a link. We just have to generate the link to send it to you. It looks like Rupert and Josh might connect on Twitter in order to figure out the fracturing thing, which is kind of cool because that's just awesome. Thanks for helping Josh out, Rupert. Yeah, sweet. We're out of time, you guys.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It flew by. I told you. This is what happens when you're in the snow and you come home and the soup is delicious. You end up eating all the soup.
Young Jeezy the Snowman.
Yeah. What?
What?
So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for myself. The illustrious Mr. Tim Groutman. Today's special guest, Mr. Matt Kahn.
Heyo.
And Ouya developer relations dude and developer sidekick. Wait, no, developer sidekick.
Sure.
I forget which variant.
I'm always there, man.
Cool,
Nice.
Mr. JJ.
Bye, everyone. I now need to go eat some glazed something.
Yeah, me
Honey
too.
ham. Glazed, spiral, honey ham.
Yeah, all right, bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.